Season 3 is the season in which Clark has to suffer the repercussions of the choices he made in Season 2. He tried to run from who he is, and he tried to escape being Clark Kent.
SoCal? Where you from?
Someplace I'm trying to forget.
Seeing how him staying in Smallville would hurt more people than it would help them, he made a decision to leave Smallville with the help of a red kryptonite ring.
The whole season has sort of resonated with that sort of dark decision that he made. I think in some ways he's pulled away from some of his friends. He has not been able to come together with Lana. He's starting to distance himself from Lex.
I really don't have to explain myself to you, Clark.
Yes, you do, Lex.
A lot of different elements go into each show. We get input from the actors in terms of scripts and in terms of stories. So it's really a big melting pot.
Because the writing all happens in Los Angeles and because the shooting all happens in Vancouver, Canada, I'm the guy who makes sure that what we're doing up here is what they want down there, and what we need to happen up here, they understand down there.
We get a script and we distribute it to the different department heads and look at all the elements in the script, whether there are a lot of special effects, stunts, locations.
And as the cameras coming in, do you want me to go toward Van and finish the sequence?
Yes.
Okay.
In many ways, the 7 days of prep that we have is the most important phase of the show. In fact, I spend most of my time prepping.
We'll have a concept meeting and discuss what locations we'll be looking for and what we have to build or match on location. And then we'll probably spend 2 to 3 days with the director in the van looking at various locales around town.
Good, yeah.
Action.
Lana, let her go.
Miles and Al always had a pretty clear vision of what the show was meant to look like. I think when I came here, I was sort of able to interpret it and sort of express it to everyone. The show always takes place from Clark's point of view. There's sort of concentric rings, and when Clark is in the world that is safe for him, when he's on the farm and when he's in his home, when he does not have to keep a secret from anybody, the lighting is warm and golden, the colors are all earth tones, the camera movement is very gentle. Then there's a secondary ring where Clark is keeping a secret from people, but there's no imminent danger to him. The lighting becomes a little bit more neutral, the camera moves a little bit more, but then there's a level of danger where he is fighting someone or his secret is in danger of being threatened, and then we go to a colder look, the camera maybe goes handheld, becomes more extreme angles.
Lana, let her go.
Whenever we go to Metropolis, we try and find very clean, hardline architecture, and we let blue and purple and reflective metallics be the dominating color.
We've taken those concepts and palettes and designed the backgrounds for each character. So whenever you see Lex, for instance, in his environment, there's always a glass, steel background. We've tried to keep Lionel either in a white or a clinical blue room.
Each of the other characters have colors that represent something about them, like Lex is always in black and gray and very urban, cool tone colors, purples and blues and things like that. Clark only wears red, yellow, and blue, like the Superman costume. He also wears red, white, and blue. Very all-American, but that has to be interpreted into a Kansas farm boy in high school look. And Lana's in very pretty colors, pastels and that sort of thing.
Most every decision is made in prep. We pick every location we're going to shoot, we hire all the cast, we talk extensively about if there's a guest star, who they are and how they integrate into the show.
I'm still on the same journey as you are, Kal-El.
Please, don't call me that. I don't even know who that is.
We have a great team now of, I guess, like 4 or 5 directors we rotate. And Greg Beeman is our guy in Vancouver, who's the director of choice in terms of he leads the directors through the process.
Greg Beeman.
Okay, here's the shot, and we're going to
The guy drinks about 14 gallons of coffee every day.
Okay, everyone on the show has an interesting last name. This is Steve Wardrobe. Steve is in charge.
I'm busy working, though.
Of keeping the cast dressed.
Please make sure that my bra straps don't.
I'm sort of the pillar of this show, really.
Steve, the wardrobe guy, who is more than a wardrobe guy. He's like a brother to me, who likes to...
Michael, don't do that last take again like that. Do not do that. It's horrible. You're horrible.
Wow, Steve, thank you. I appreciate that.
The makeup and hair department actually for Smallville is very important. Because of these big close-ups.
So they need the hair and makeup needs to be really good because you're seeing them so close. And also things like Tom's not in high school, so it's also things like, covering his,
5
o'clock shadow. Michael making him look like his hair has literally fallen out.
The whole concept of Lex Luthor is that he lost his hair. It actually fell out from the root. So we're not allowed to see any of Michael's natural hair follicles that are there. And he has a full head of hair, and it's a bit dark too. We have to use special colors layered on top of each other in order to disguise that. So it's a little tricky. It doesn't seem like it would, because you'd say, just shave him and he should be good, but it's all about what the camera sees.
I thought you just painted your head orange.
Lock it up.
Michael has to wear all the time.
We need safety on the set here.
Not on his medication.
He came in, he was like this young, bright-eyed kid, had no idea that he was about to shave his head for 3 years. He came in and we just right off, and he was just like,
All right, so this is Richard Hare. He's in charge of all the fabulous hairstyles of Allison, Kristen, such
The
as
famous Chloe cut
the famous Chloe cut.
came out of this head. It's hard to believe, I know. But when he gets in work mode, he is a little bit more exciting than this.
Wow.
We've always tried to make Lionel's hair as big and as in Lex's face as possible.
Well, I think John Glover had shorter hair when he started on the show, and I don't know whether, I can't remember now whether there really was a plan, but he just looked so gorgeous as it got longer and longer, and I think it looks amazing because it makes him look really like, a mega bucks guy.
And it also shows that, he's powerful enough that he just does what he wants.
We crack each other up.
Are you reprimanding me?
You're officially You're officially slowing things down.
And I trust them. They've become, it's one of those things where you're doing a serious scene, and instead of saying to the director or somebody, you look at the camera operator, John Davidson, and you say, JD, which one was better? Should I do bigger? He's like, no, last minute, the other one sucked. And I listened to him,
Yeah.
This is Bucky, the gaffer. Frequently, when watching movies and TV shows, you see the credit gaffer at the end. He's in charge of all the beautiful light on Smallville. The radiant glows, the sparkly eyes.
This is the middle of the day now, and I actually have some background coming in, so I'm going to send them through wardrobe and then hair makeup and sign them in, and then I'll send them off to holding the standby to win them onto that scene.
They have to come get me, which is not always easy. I mean, I'm easy to get along with, look at me. But, Michael, they need you on set. Jen, do they really need me on set? Or are you just saying they need me on set? No, Michael, seriously, they really need you on set. Okay, Jen, I'll be there in 5 minutes. And I come on set and they're not ready. See, I know how it works.
Carol, Mike.
Oh, Mr. Beeman.
This on-set props and on-set decorating. So he puts all the stuff in people's hands, like, we always have props, right? Like
Every
keys,
scene.
Always.
keys and lunch bags and
watches, cameras,
weapons,
computers, weapons.
And she moves all the furniture around
Everything to camera.
so that it's dressed beautifully for camera, or so that it's not in the way of the camera.
We work
Mike
together.
and Carol. I always get emotionally attached to episodes that I direct. I was really proud of Asylum, which I did in the middle of the season. It took place in the mental institution where Lex was trying to escape, and it was a struggle for Clark because he was trying to protect his secret and at the same time free his friend.
You okay? I know your secret.
I loved the performance that Michael gave.
You son of a bitch. You did this to me. You're the one who's insane!
It was also graphically a very exciting episode for me to do. We got to sort of create this mental institution, and it was a little bit of a different look than we get to do, which is fun for me. We have a somewhat limited television budget, so we frequently recycle our sets. The hospital corridor became Lex's padded cell, which became the asylum corridor in Asylum, and then later became Leah Tang's lab. So all the same walls and all the same light fixtures were just sort of turned over. In some ways, it's like a kid's building blocks. We take the walls and we mush them around differently and we paint them different colors. Of course, we have standing sets. The set that we're in, the loft, is a stupendous set. It's a feature film set. It's really a real barn that was built on a soundstage.
When we designed the Kent barn, we wanted this huge cathedral that Clark had escaped to, and his loft would be this every kid's fantasy place that they'd go and escape to.
Most barns aren't like that. No. And most barns really smell. You wouldn't be hanging out there a lot. Or having romantic dinners up in your loft in your barn.